At a recent board meeting, an entrepreneur asked me, doing business B, should we build a brand or not? Many people have a strong intuition. Only the C end needs brands. Consumer sensibility. Impulsive. Recognize the brand. B side, comparison parameters. Compare prices. Users are rational to the core. Brands don't seem to be very useful. But my view is quite the opposite. The B end is more enchanting than the C end. Why? Because the cost of making mistakes on the B end side is too high. Let me ask you a question first. You buy a product. Why are you willing to pay more for brands? Professor Zhu Jiaofeng once gave an example. If he is going to attend an event one afternoon, lunch at noon, he would try to choose McDonald's, not because McDonald's tastes the best, but because of the lunch itself. What matters most to him? No chefs needed. Don't eat to upset your stomach. This affected the afternoon activities. Choose McDonald's. It is about choosing certainty. Even though McDonald's is a bit more expensive than small street shops, consumers pay extra for brands. Essentially, it's not a fixed price, it's the premium. But the abusers and abusers, the premium they are willing to pay, often at astronomical prices. Let's take it apart layer by layer. The first level, money. A dairy factory. A screw on the machine is loose. It fell into the mixing tank. When they discover it, a whole batch of 5 tons of milk. It has already been mixed into a mixture of metal chips and milk. A screw costs a few dimes. 5 tons of milk are scrapped. 3 days for a family computer. Losses exceeded 1 million. What was even more frightening was, what if you haven't noticed? If this batch of milk is poured into the packaging, it made it onto supermarket shelves. What awaits is a large-scale church. Brand reputation. Overnight, it returned to zero. The second time. Profit leakage. What does that mean? But the business has already reached the door. You didn't catch it. For example, August 2024, Luckin Coffee and Black Myth Wukong. They held a joint event. The pre-release is maxed out. Many people are waiting for the morning rush. But when the time came, the mini program crashed. Fans were enthusiastic all morning. Didn't drink coffee. The collaboration didn't get it either. Luckin Coffee faces a major downfall. It trended on social media. You think Luckin will lose money? Is it just the coffee that sells less for those few hours? No, he threw it away. It was a business that had already reached the doorstep. Months of preparation for the collaboration. The spending on marketing and distribution budgets. It was all for today, bringing a large number of new users into the coffee shop. And what happened? A comment below went to the neighboring Kuti. The business you didn't take on. All of it is cheaper than competitors. The third level. The decision maker's rice bowl. The remaining scene. You are the company's director. At the beginning of the year, for the provincial budget, signed with an unknown software vendor. Half a year later, the system crashed all afternoon. Her colleagues were cursing. You can imagine. The boss rushed into the office. The first sentence is most likely not, "What's going on with the supplier?" It's about who chose this place. You were just about to open your mouth. At that time, several departments were pressing on budgets. The boss shook his voice in a row. Then why did it have to be your family that got into trouble? Hey. The more you explain, the more he tried to find an excuse. The money saved goes to the company. The fault for the accident is yours. But if you signed it back then, not a small supplier. It's Alibaba Cloud. November 12, 2023. Alibaba Cloud is down. 17 regions worldwide were suspended for nearly 3 hours. Even Taobao has collapsed. That afternoon, the boss rushed into the office as usual. Why did the system crash? But this time, you are calm and unhurried. He handed over his phone. How dare you trend? Today, half of the internet is down. The boss glanced over. He cursed Ma Yun twice. He turned and left. So the downside is that big brands are expensive. It's not that there will never be problems, no matter how big the brand. I wouldn't dare to guarantee this. Value lies in what is noble. The day the incident happened, can you stand tall and say a word? When it comes to procurement, I have given it my all. Choose a big brand. To put it bluntly, it's also for your own livelihood. Buy insurance. I understand the logic behind premiums. You can understand many business phenomena. For example, why so many financial institutions? Better to spend a fortune. Also rent an office in Lukazui. Is it really because it's almost pretty? No. This is the customer's first visit. Seeing the location. The contract hasn't been signed yet. 2 words popped into his mind. Reliable. This rent. It's a reassurance fee paid to the customer. Another example is home furnishing brands. May I ask which home furnishing brand Sun Li has endorsed? Which door and window brand has Huang Xiaoming endorsed? You probably can't remember. So was the advertising budget wasted? No, because this ad was never meant for consumers. It's for dealers to see. Dealers choose brands. A dozen or so factories are laid out before them. The parameters are similar. The prices are about the same. Who is more reliable? You can't tell. At this moment, the family was hanging up celebrity posters. The other had nothing. He would have another judgment in his mind. The one that can afford to hire a celebrity. He should be more capable. So you see, this poster, it is a reassuring pill for distributors. Many people think engaging in fraudulent business, good products, low prices are enough. Of course, the The product is fundamental. The stuff is bad. No matter how much the brand thinks about it, it's useless. But making decisions that are flawed. Often, there's an extra layer. Customers are not just asking, can this thing be used? Is it easy to use? He was still asking, I chose it, even if something happened, whether to speak or not to say it's in the past. So the brand is outside the product. This gives customers an extra layer of certainty. Usually, it's reassuring enough. If something happens, you can take the scolding for me. This is the value of a brand with negative effects. Follow Liu Run, lowering the cognitive barrier for business.